Hello everyone, welcome to API Education. Today in this video we are going to complete our software, which was a digital clock, and the GUI part we have done in the previous video. If you have not yet watched that video, you need to watch that video first so you can watch it from the I button. So today we are going to discuss about how are we going to create the main functionalities of this clock. To create the functionality of this clock, like we must be able to see the time over the screen, which must be correct. So right now it says 7:23 AM, but it is 11:36 AM, so the time comes incorrect here. This is not a fault, actually we have bleated the direct text 7:23 AM here. Okay, we are not yet currently displaying the current time, and there are no hands over the clock. Okay, so we need to solve these two problems, and this will be done with our software digital clock. So let's do it. In the previous video we have completed the GUI part, and here is the code which you may have seen in the previous video as well. Today first we need to discuss about how to display the current time. So that's pretty simple. You can see in the text on function we are displaying 7:23 AM here directly. It's hardcode string. We need to change it with a variable which will be the current time, and we can read the current time using the datetime module in Python, which is inbuilt. To do so, we will first import one more module here, import datetime, and instead of writing this like import datetime, I will write from datetime import datetime. Yeah, so from datetime you must import datetime, and after this you can directly get the current time using a new variable current time equals, and convert it to str, and then datetime dot today dot strf time, and you give in here %i colon %m colon %p, and this gives you hours, minutes, and AM or PM, that is the part of time. And after getting this current time, you can change the alignment positions here, like 7:23 AM. Okay, so we used this particular string here previously. To change the alignment of the text, now we need to change this thing to the current time variable. So it becomes current time and we need to change the order so that it is recognized. And after this, now we have updated these two lines once in the loop, but we need to update these two lines every time. That's why we will put them in the loop here, and here also we can change it from 7:23 AM to the current time variable. And this must solve this thing, and we must be able to see the current time, whatever it is, on the screen. I hope you understand. Yeah, you can see 11:40 AM. So the problem is solved, and now we can see the current time over the screen, but the hands are still not visible. So we need to create two hands here for our clock, analog clock. For doing that, we need two things. Now let me tell you how this is gonna work. Let me start the GUI once again. So you can see over this clock, almost the center of the clock coincides with the center of the screen. So we can create two hands here in the center. These two hands will be two lines of different color and size, and these two lines will have an angle from the center, and this angle depends on the current time variable. So whatever the current time is, minute hand will refer to the minute variable, and hour hand will refer to the hour variable, and we will get some cos and sine angles, using which we will get a position to draw a line. So in Pygame you can use pygame.draw.line, and you need to give the starting and ending coordinate positions for that. So that we will be determining using the math module in Pygame, and yeah, that's done. So let's do it. First of all, we need to import math module. We can import math, and then we need to create a function here, def degrees to Pygame. So to convert the degrees which we will obtain to a particular, now the function, this function which I am creating right now, it is being created so that we can supply the degrees, the angle to this function, plus the radius of the hand we need, and it gives us the destination points or the coordinates to which we need to draw a line from the center, so that our end will be drawn. I can say x equals math dot cos, and I will give degrees inside, and then I can multiply it by radius. Okay, and then I will similarly write y equals math dot sine, and then degrees inside multiplied by radius. Then we need to return these two coordinates with respect to the center. So I will return, now the x size in x is 16 upon 2, so floor division for getting an integer, plus x, and I will multiply 16 by k, and this becomes the x coordinate. Similarly, we will get the y coordinate using 9 into k divided by 2 plus y, and this is it. Our degrees to Pygame function is ready. Now to draw our hand over the clock, I will start with the minute hand. So I will write Pygame dot time, Pygame dot draw dot line. I will give G screen here, and then I will give the color as black, and then the starting position in the tuple. So let's give 16 into k divided by 2, comma 9 into k divided by 2, and let's put the brackets here for the calculation to be perfect. And after this we need to give degrees to Pygame, the function which we recently created, and then I will give degrees to 0 initially and radius to be 50. Let's give the width to be 5, and let's see how it looks. So this is going to be a minute hand at the center of the screen with radius 50 pixels and width 5 pixels. Yeah, it's looking okay with 0 degree angle and all this, but I think I must add on something to y and something to the radius as well. So I will add 19 to k divided by 2. Instead, I will add 20 pixels to it, and to the radius I will give, instead of 50, 80 here. Yeah, it looks good now, but the angle was changed because of the difference in that padding 20 we gave. So we need to give the same difference in the d to pi function also, that is degrees to Pygame function. So let's give it here also 20 plus. Yeah. Now we can go on creating the angle for our minute hand. So let's create m hand equals date time dot today dot strf time I will get only the minute here, %m, and then I can convert it to integer m hand equals int m hand. And one more thing, now we have got the current time, but we need degrees. So whatever the time is in minutes, how to convert it to degrees? So in 1 minute it rotates by 6 degrees, so that in 60 minutes it rotates by 6 multiplied by 60, that is 360 degrees. 1 minute means 6 degrees, so we will multiply it with 6, and this way we got the degrees. Now we can simply put this m hand instead of a 0 here, m hand, and let's see how our time looks right now. Yeah, perfect. It looks 11:51 a.m. Yeah, so minute hand is at 51, which is a little more than required. Okay, not perfect yet, but yes, we can reduce the x coordinate for it as well as the y coordinate. So to solve this problem, we need to reduce x and y coordinates. So we can give here -30 and -10, so that the angle suits it. Let's check it once again. Okay, I think the length is too much, so I must reduce the radius, and the angle is okay now. So let's reduce the radius from 80, let it be 60 here. Yeah, now we have created the minute hand. Similarly, we will create the hour hand also. So h hand equals date time dot today dot strf time, and I will get %i here, and then h hand equals int h hand multiplied by 30. So why am I multiplying it by 30? Because 1 hour rotates this hand to 30 degrees. That's why 1 hour means rotation by 30 degrees. So how many hours there are, that becomes equal to 30 multiplied by degrees. Now we will copy the same line here and we will change it, like change the black thing to red, so the hour hand will be red. The center is same for both of them, and for degrees I will give h hand instead of m hand, and the radius becomes 40 because it is a little bit smaller, and the width becomes 7 because it is a little bit wider, and this must show us the hour. Yeah, 11:54 a.m. So the angle here is not accurate actually. Let's check the angle. For 54 it must be here somewhere, and for 11:54 the hour end must be here somewhere. So I think I must change and let's remove this -10 and +20 here. let's run it and check it once again. Okay, so this is the exact time, 11:55, and angles are a little less, so we need to increase the angles, and for doing that we can add a constant to both of these. Now this is in pixels, so I can add a constant degree in both of these, maybe that works. So increasing by 2 degrees for both the hands, plus 2, plus 2. Maybe this also solves the problem. If not, then we can try something else. So this is basically because we are not drawing the lines according to the angle, we are drawing the lines according to the coordinates which the function returns to us, and those perfect coordinates are not derived without that kind of padding to the degrees. So 2 degrees was too much. I think I must add only 1 degree to it. And this must solve the problem. Yeah, so it is nice now, 11:57 AM, it looks good. And okay, so our analog clock is now complete. I hope you liked the video. Let me revise once again what we did. We used the date time module to get the current date and time. For that we used date time dot today. Here you can see mn equals date time dot today dot strf time. %m is for minutes, I is for hours, and p is for am or pm, that is the partition of day. Then we got a string current time, and then we can derive the angle by converting it to integer and then multiplying to 6 and 30 for minute and hour respectively. We got the angle, then we created a degrees to Pygame function, and this degrees to Pygame function got the angles as well as the radius required, and then returned the math.cos and math.sin arguments multiplied by radius, and added the screen coordinates 16 into k by 2 and 9 into k by 2, that is the center coordinates, to this, and this gave us the perfect destination coordinates for the angle. This is how we created the analog clock hands by using the pygame.draw.line function and giving the required arguments here, where this is the center coordinate, these are the center coordinates for both the hands, which is exactly the same. And again, updating the time over the screen in the form of text is very simple. We just replaced the 7:23 AM string with the current time, and that did our work. Current time is taken as a string of date time dot today dot strf time imp. Okay, so this is how we create a digital clock in Pygame. For more such interesting projects and more such videos, please subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit the like button. Thanks for watching and keep watching.